Kagame friend General Kayumba Nyamwasa. He wants me dead the way he killed 3 head of states. A former confidant turns against Kagame, once a close ally of Rwandan President Paul Kagame, exiled army. General Kayumba Nyamwasa has emerged as one of his fiercest critics. Nyamwasa, who previously served as Kagame's paramilitary police commander, army chief of staff, intelligence services head, and ambassador to India, now openly plots his former leader's downfall from exile in South Africa. Nyamwasa's claims are explosive. He alleges that Kagame has repeatedly tried to assassinate him, viewing him as a dangerous insider with too much knowledge about the inner workings of the Rwandan regime. Nyamwasa has survived 1 assassination attempt, and South African intelligence services continue to monitor Rwandan death squads allegedly sent to finish the job. The assassination attempt and exile Nyamwasa fled Rwanda in February 2010, fearing for his life. Just 3 months later, he was shot outside his Johannesburg home, an attack he insists was orchestrated by Kagame's agents. The shooting strained diplomatic relations between South Africa and Rwanda, leading Pretoria to withdraw its ambassador from Kigali. While full diplomatic ties have since been restored, tensions remain high. The general now lives under tight security in South Africa, flanked by bodyguards and political allies from his newly formed Rwanda National Congress. Despite attempts to discredit him as a criminal and a fugitive, Nyamwasa maintains that he is a political refugee entitled to protection. Kagame's role in the Congo. One of the most damning accusations leveled against Kagame by Nyamwasa and international critics is his role in the brutal wars that ravaged the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. Kagame, who led the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF, to victory in the aftermath of the 1994 genocide, pursued an aggressive policy in the DRC, allegedly supporting armed groups, exploiting mineral resources, and backing warlords. Nyamwasa claims that Kagame's intervention in the Congo was not about security, but greed and control. I told him in 1998 that his policy in Congo was madness, he recalls. That's when I should have left, but it was impossible. The Rwandan government has long denied these accusations, insisting its involvement in the DRC was a defensive measure against armed groups operating from Congolese territory. The United Nations. Condemnation. The UN Security Council has strongly criticized Kagame's administration for allegedly arming and supporting rebel groups in the DRC, including the infamous M23 militia. These groups have been responsible for widespread human rights abuses, including massacres, rape, and the displacement of millions. Kagame's critics argue that his backing of these groups is part of a broader strategy to maintain control over valuable mineral resources, particularly in eastern Congo. Despite mounting international pressure, Kagame has remained defiant, dismissing allegations against him as politically motivated and driven by Western powers that misunderstand Rwanda's security needs. Nyamwasa's plans to overthrow. Kagame, far from being merely a political refugee, Nyamwasa openly admits to working toward Kagame's removal. At the moment, I don't envisage war. I believe we can get rid of Kagame through peaceful means, he says. We are hoping for an uprising in Rwanda. In that case, he'll be gone within 3 months. Nyamwasa goes further, predicting that Kagame might face the same fate as Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, who was captured and killed after an uprising. He's a coward. He'll run. Don't be surprised if we extract him from a pipe like the Libyans did with Gaddafi, he asserts. Rwanda's legal pursuit of Nyamwasa. The Rwandan government has convicted Nyamwasa in absentia, sentencing him, and his political allies to between 20 and 25 years in prison on charges of threatening state security, undermining public order, and inciting ethnic divisions. Rwanda's embassy in South Africa has repeatedly denied allegations that Kagame wants Nyamwasa dead, dismissing them as baseless fabrications by a bitter former insider. However, human rights organizations and exiled Rwandan opposition figures argue that Kagame's regime has a long history of silencing dissent through arrests, intimidation, and extrajudicial killings. The assassination of former intelligence chief Patrick Karegeya in a Johannesburg hotel in 2014, widely believed to have been ordered by Kigali, further fueled concerns about Kagame's reach beyond Rwanda's borders. A costly exile for South African Nyamwasa and Colonel Patrick Karegeya, another former Kagame ally who fled to South Africa, are under high-level protection, costing South African taxpayers millions of rands. Their security is managed by army intelligence, and they live in state-provided safe houses. The South African government faces ongoing pressure to deport Nyamwasa, with Rwanda reportedly lobbying for his removal to a third country outside Africa. Despite these challenges, Nyamwasa remains defiant. South Africa is strong enough to resist bullying, he insists, dismissing the idea that he will be forcibly relocated. Did Kagame order the death of African leaders? One of the most shocking claims made by Nyamwasa is that Kagame was responsible for the deaths of 3 African heads of state. He stopped short of explicitly saying Kagame ordered the shooting down of the plane carrying Rwandan President Juvenal Habyarimana and Burundian President Cyprien Ntaryamira in April 1994, which triggered the Rwandan genocide. However, he hints at insider knowledge, saying cryptically, "I was in a position to know, but I did not participate." Nyamwasa is more direct in his accusation that Kagame was behind the 2001 assassination of DRC President Laurent Désiré Kabila. At a meeting of military chiefs, Kagame said, "We must get rid of Kabila," Nyamwasa recalls. "I said it would be too expensive in terms of life. We cannot do it. It's an open secret that Kagame went ahead and did it." Rwanda's future. A dictator's reign or a revolution? Since Kagame took power in 2000, Rwanda has held 2 presidential elections, both of which were marked by widespread suppression of political opposition. Kagame won with over 90% of the vote each time, amid allegations of electoral fraud, intimidation, and the jailing or assassination of opponents. Despite this, Kagame continues to be seen by some as a visionary leader who transformed Rwanda's economy and infrastructure, making it one of Africa's fastest-growing economies. His supporters argue that his strict governance style has ensured stability and prevented a return to ethnic violence. Nyamwasa, however, paints a different picture, describing Kagame as vicious, spiteful, erratic, insensitive, greedy, and murderous. He insists he has no desire to rule Rwanda himself. "I want to rest once I've helped to rid the country of the dictator." Conclusion: a high-stakes political battle. The conflict between Kagame and Nyamwasa is emblematic of Rwanda's turbulent post-genocide history. While Kagame has consolidated power through a mix of economic progress and authoritarian rule, his former allies turned critics remain determined to expose what they see as a regime built on fear, repression, and political assassinations. Whether through political uprising or external pressure, the question remains: can Kagame's grip on Rwanda be broken, or will his rule persist despite growing dissent? For now, Nyamwasa's battle for survival continues, and Kagame's determination to silence him appears unwavering.